And you might or might not know that these recordings are posted up on Twitter, Facebook page, and the WFLO.net page. Those, along with Chris's recipes and whatever other information we might be getting from the community, we like to get it put back up onto there. So our number is 434-394-0924. Now, it looks like John has blessed us with his presence this morning. I think both of... Well, now, you're a lot more awake than I am. I'm having a hard time kind of getting
It's called acting.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Alicia's like, you sounded good, and I'm like, I was terrified inside. Yeah. What do we have going on?
How's things going? You okay? I heard something about a technical difficulty.
Yeah, I forgot to get the recording started, and so,
But you had the flash in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't have to run out and get that.
I always usually run out fast enough to get it, but today I had it and still kind of
that's all right.
flumbled and mumbled.
That's okay.
But I will tell you something. I don't know.
Sure.
You may already know this.
What's that?
On the recorder, if you just hit pause, you can't do anything else except for stop.
Makes sense.
So you can't do pause, record. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, there we are.
Good to know.
News for the day. You're here. You heard it here first.
And knowing is half the battle.
So tell me, what do you feel about the week this week?
What do I feel about it?
Yeah, what kind of week have you had?
I feel like it's time to move on into the weekend.
I hear you. It feels like
you know what I like about Friday? Saturday and Sunday come after it. That's what I like about it.
As most people. I'm not coming here on Sunday this week. Sorry.
Oh, good for you.
It's just not going to happen. I'm not even sure I'm going to listen. But anyway, that could get me in trouble.
That's a surefire way not to show up.
Well, yeah, ignorance is bliss, wouldn't you say?
Truer words were never spoken.
God, what really is a kind of a quandary there is when you know you're being ignorant and you choose to stay that way. I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
So what is today? The 31st. I can't believe March is coming to
Marched in and marched on out.
There you go. So it is the 31st day. Tomorrow is what your favorite day of the year?
Saturday?
April Fool's Day.
That too, yeah.
Are you going to do any?
No, because the FCC sent some suggestions that we should not do anything outrageous. Like I would do it on a Saturday anyway.
Right. A little war of the worlds going on.
Yeah, that's what they're really being strict on, not doing anything that would cause people to panic.
That's good.
Stuff like that.
I guess.
I would think the actual news that plays at the top of the hour would be enough to make people panic. I don't need to come up with some sort of hoax to scare people.
Just look outside.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was a good one. Yeah,
Thank you. It's just an observation.
It's true, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, let's see what we have here. Today, these are our National days, such as it is National Crayon Day in March.
Are you a crayon or a crayon?
I'm a crayon.
Okay.
I'm a crayon.
I grew up around people who would say crayon. Crayon, give me some crayons over there.
Exactly. Well, you're from the South.
What are you, the king? Who are you? I'm from LaSalle, yeah.
I'm from Arizona, and my mom used to say "wash" all the time. She's going to wash her clothes, and of course I would say, "Hey, we're going to wash that," and like 3 kids in the back are like, "Wash? When is there an R put into wash?" Larry? I'm like, "Oh my God, I feel so stupid." Yeah, so I had to overcome a few of those, things.
Yeah.
It is also National Prom Day, which I find a little bit surprising because prom's usually
is it once a year enough?
It's usually in May, right? The end
I
of
don't.
May?
Yeah, I
I guess we're getting close enough.
I had my badge of honor. I went to 4 in a row.
You did?
Oh, unfortunately,
yeah.
yes.
I went to 3 of mine, but
That's what happens when you date somebody different. Every couple of years.
That's not what's wrong. That could be what's good. But that's
depends on how you look at it.
At that age, we're supposed to be learning about ourselves and others.
Right.
As long as you're playing well with others, then you're all right.
It was just the fact that I had to go was my main issue.
Really, you weren't looking.
After the first, it was like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah. Did you? I don't know why. It's bad little vision I'm having of you with a little like light blue suit tucked on.
It was
with the flower.
Traditional dark.
Oh, you had the black on?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Color, black tie even?
Yeah.
Top hat?
No, didn't go that far. Wasn't Mr. Peanut.
My dad one year, this is almost embarrassing, but he borrowed the Hertz limousine from the funeral parlor to take me and my girlfriend. But
Funeral, same thing.
You know, it was cool though. My dad like dresses up as a chauffeur and takes us to the prom. I thought that was pretty darn cool for a dad, and he seemed to enjoy it too. So that's
I
even
did have
better.
tails for the first one. The first one.
Yeah, I love tails
Yeah.
on tuxedo.
Yeah.
I had an old tux like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I went for. Was like an older look.
Yeah, mine. The lining was like all ripped out. I look good on the outside, but not so clear and beautiful on the inside. So you
What
did
else?
enjoy it, and this was all in Dillon, or where was this?
Oh yeah, the big town of Dillon. Yeah,
Nice.
or Buckingham County.
When you go into your reunion?
Our class does not have reunions.
Okay.
Or let's put it this way: if they have them, I'm not invited to them because I've yet to receive a invitation.
Yeah, I could. If I was on that committee, I could see it. Like, no,
Omit John.
no. All right, let's take a vote. All in favor.
We don't need that junker around.
Do you remember how drunk he got last night?
No, he just makes fun of everybody.
You're not much of a drinker or a
Not really.
toker,
I'm a no.
midnight smoker.
Unless they're serving Dr. Pepper, I'm not chugging back, but so much.
I see in the house right now. It is Chris Brochon. Woohoo!
I told you he'd sneak in here while we were doing this.
I know. He planned it just right. I love that shirt, by the way. It's beautiful. You know, sorry for our listening audience who cannot see.
Can you
the
describe
beautiful-
the shirt?
It's a light colored shirt with some, tanny, I would almost call it Polynesian design. So, that's rather nice. John and I are enjoying ourselves, and we would enjoy
We too
ourselves
much.
even more if you would like to call at 434-394-0924. And let's see what we got here. I'm trying to see what that shirt. Oh, it's little news articles. That's what's on there. Oh,
He'll
Never mind.
correct you in just a second.
the look I got too was just like, oh my
what it
god,
is.
Well, why? Why would you do such a
You
thing?
need new glasses.
It's true.
I can't see a thing without my
I can't
glasses.
think without my glasses. No, it's Rome.
Oh, it's Rome. That is really nice.
It's Italy in the autumn.
It looks new.
It is.
Yeah, the colors are.
It even says Rome on there if you look close enough.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be, getting up into his chest or anything. Like, it's Rome. Yeah. How are you?
I'm here to work. I'm not here to goof around with you.
Really?
I got work to do.
I miss you, my friend. I miss you much.
Well,
your humor, your intelligence.
Dedicated Janet Jackson to you numerous times.
Yes. And then
Jackson.
Miss you much?
Okay.
You don't remember that one?
Yeah. Okay.
the thing we're
You got
looking
me. I didn't think of that.
most forward to seeing you is help on all of the reports.
all the questions.
I have them all out there. I have all our report questions set out on the desk, and I have all the web pages up. You have 5 different FCC links on the web page. Yeah.
You really are entertaining our listeners
I'm
that
sorry,
love all the
listeners.
talk of FCC.
All all the joyful things they never had to deal with before.
Exactly, and the audience doesn't know how much work we actually have to do
Nor do they want to hear about
to
it.
bring this to them.
I've said that for years. That
Yeah?
Most people think you come in, you talk a little, you play some music, and that's great.
That's what they told me.
That's what Wolfman did, but
That's what we tell them to get them in the door, and then
And then it's all over after
it's all
that.
downhill from there.
They get you hooked. It's almost like a drug.
No, I mean, like any job, there's work that the general public doesn't see and
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
know
true.
about.
very,
In
very
radio, just because you're so regulated, there is a lot more of it. That's all.
Ah.
Well, TV is the same.
It seems like we're
Crap, we
perpetually on the discussion of kind of regulations versus anarchy. Which is better? It's hard to tell sometimes.
I don't know. For me, I keep getting closer to anarchy. But
Absolutely.
I have work to do. You gentlemen have fun.
It's very good to
Danke
see you,
schön.
and we'll be
Bitte.
seeing you soon.
Have your questions ready.
All right.
All
So
questions must be submitted in writing.
I guess at this point in time, I might as well start the Call Flow show.
Oh, we haven't even started yet.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
I didn't play the little giddy up here, which is a real drag.
That's why no one's called in yet. We haven't officially started.
Oh, never mind. I did officially start.
You did?
My bag. Yeah.
I don't see where the intro got played yet.
That's a good point. I wonder if I could take this intro and, just put it at the beginning of the recording.
Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
Good morning, Farmville. This is WFLO, your hometown radio station. We are AM 870, and this is the Call Flow Show. Please call for... I just begged. I did it.
You begged?
I begged. Please call.
Well, now you got to finish pleading with the number.
All right, 434-394-0924.
434-394-0924.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Okay. Sorry.
That way, what was that?
All right, let's get back to our regularly
The
scheduled
days,
program.
what day it might actually be.
In the day of history, you mean?
No. You were talking about.
Oh.
Were we done with the day? What day?
Oh, no.
Day it is?
We're not even close.
Oh, I'm sure.
Although some of these, we might not want to take a lot of time to talk about.
Just do the good ones, the highlights.
Well, it is Take Down Tobacco National Day of Action. So
Long title there.
it is.
Take down tobacco.
You never smoked either. I
No.
think you told me that. That's
And it
amazing.
didn't make a difference. Right. So anyway.
Yeah, really. Okay, it is National Clams on the Half Shell Day.
Clam on a half shell?
Clams on the half shell.
Okay.
Have you had them?
No.
Why
If
not?
it came from the sea, I have not had it.
You don't like any kind of seafood, do you?
No, I do not.
Do you break out?
No, it was just I got sick of it as a kid. I used to eat tuna fish like it was going out of
Right,
style.
yeah.
And the
shrimp
fish at the
and
school and the those frozen fish dinners
Yeah.
and all that. One day I just took a bite out of a sandwich and I said, "Okay, that's it."
Well, it's those clams on the half shell. You swallow it like this slivery, nasty thing, and you don't
Okay.
chew it. I don't think. You
I
just
don't know.
Let it roll on down. Maybe a
Yeah.
listener has had experience with their clams on the half shell, and maybe they can tell us about it at 434-394-0924. National Bunsen Burner Day. So
Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
I used to cut those on quite a bit in class,
Exactly.
just for the fun of it.
Yeah, heating up your little. You remember that little like stick you had? Little metal
Right.
thing. You heat that thing up and then hit your neighbor with it. And I know you're not supposed to do that,
Right.
so. And last but certainly not least is National Tater Day.
Tater.
So we are celebrating taters today.
Cool.
What's your favorite spud?
I didn't know there were various kinds.
Oh, come on. French fries, crisscross.
Oh, you mean that sort of thing?
Tater tot,
Mashed
baked,
potatoes.
mashed. Oh, yeah. I'm so happy that they.
Though I don't hardly ever have it anymore, but
I didn't
Still
used
a
to.
favorite.
But one day I'm at Walmart. I throw a thing of instant mashed potatoes in my cart, and I go home and I cook it up, and it was excellent. So it takes like 5 minutes to.
oh, you
make.
don't do your own?
I do. I have for years, and I actually have a relatively good reputation for my
Cool.
garlic mashed potatoes. But-
Garlic mashed potatoes.
So I am somewhat of an expert on potatoes.
Potato
Uh-oh.
master.
Well, I can tell if I'm losing John, I'm losing the audience. So
losing
we'll
the
have to move on. We have I'll let you choose. Today in history, U.S. entertainment, family Fox News, or strange news.
Family Fox News?
Let's see what's there.
No. I'm not picking. I'm just like,
Well, let me read one. There.
Okay.
Give you a sample of what we're talking about. And if you have something you want to talk to out there in Farmville and the area, please call 434-394-0924. We'd love to.
They're
hear
waiting
from
for you to say something that
useful.
gets them riled up.
Oh, well, I could just bring up some politics, right? I have some things I could say that would,
Yeah.
this phone would be on fire. Well, this family news says first baby ever born at Virginia Hospital welcomes daughter 28 years later at the same facility. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I told you already, first baby born,
Mhm.
Yavapai community. And you're born in Dillwyn or here in Farmville?
I was born in Charlottesville, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where Mama decided, or you were living up
I don't know if that's where she decided, but that's where it happened at. It was like I'm born February 27th, and yet that day I was told was hot for that time of year.
Oh, okay.
And the town of Scottsville, which is on the way to Charlottesville, was on fire that same day.
Really?
Dad told me that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
I came in with a bang.
You really wanted Ed John's on fire.
Yeah.
I like Scottsville quite a bit. I just like that little bridge there. It's got that kind of small town feel to it, but
Right.
on the water. Let's see. Do you remember Jeremy Renner?
The name's somewhat familiar.
He's the guy that got run over by
Oh,
the
yeah. The guy played Hawkeye in the Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right there. So do you remember when a few weeks ago he got run over by a snowplow?
Yeah.
It says here that after suffering severe injuries from a snowplow accident, Jeremy Renner is crediting his special lady in his life for his speedy recovery. Well, that's sweet. His special woman is his daughter,
Okay.
Ava. That's even cooler. You know, I mean, kids have immense healing power.
Oh, yeah.
As being this, he's identified his daughter as the source of his strength, writing a heartfelt tribute for her 10th birthday on his Instagram story. And what he wrote was, "Happy birthday to you. So very proud of you in every way. Your hugs and your love have healed me so incredibly fast." Well, how sweet. Yeah, I bet he's still feeling a little bit vulnerable from that incident. And I'm not sure how severe he is now, but it sounded really, really bad.
Yeah, so much so that I don't know if he'll ever do acting again. I don't know. I don't know how severe. I'm like you. I'm a little unaware of
Don't know if
how
he's gonna-
serious it was. I obviously it was serious, but
It might land him a role that he never would have gotten because of it, too.
could be.
We never know. Who else do we have here? FDA admits to knowing about deadly bacteria found in baby formula factory months before the recall. That's not a very happy story.
Like I said, I don't have to come up with a hoax
Yeah,
to scare people.
exactly. But that, I mean, again, we were talking about ignorance is bliss. And
Yeah.
this is one of those stories I didn't pay a lot of attention to because it didn't really seem to affect me all
Right.
that much, which is, I think, normal. But it seemed like a fairly big deal when we were low on it, and now to have this bacteria and probably some kind of, recall on that stuff. All right, shall we go to? I'm going to go to U.S. Entertainment and see what we got there in the showbiz.
Good luck.
Yeah. Britney Spears hints there really is trouble in paradise.
No.
Now, disheveled star emerges without wedding ring and clutches teddy bear after escaping to Hawaii just 10 months after marrying Sam Asghari.
Easy for you to say.
There are pictures of her in here. She can definitely become a train wreck really fast. It's amazing. But that's alcoholic addicts. That's what happens to them until they have a probably a spiritual type of awakening seems to be the best course of action there. Have you known any alcoholics, addicts, if they had an effect?
I'm sure I probably have. I was not fully aware of that sort of, if that's what was going on with them.
Uh-huh.
It was never like open.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no. So I could very well have known someone that was, but unbeknownst to me, I didn't realize they were suffering that much.
Yeah, well, that's probably good because,
Like you said, ignorance being
Well,
bliss. I just didn't know or didn't realize.
And that's one thing about alcoholism, drug addiction. It's along the spectrum like anything else. There's severe and there's not so.
Or I may
so
have
bad.
known that they had a issue at one point in time, but I wasn't with them during that
Right.
thing.
Right.
It was like something that had happened years before.
So you never really you aren't around people now that drink too much or anything like that.
Not really.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
It's not even done purposely. I guess because it's just like you said, if I'm not drinking, why would I be somewhere where there was a lot of it?
Right. Yeah.
You know, so
You're young though.
but it's
You're-
it's not really. But it's not even a thing of judging or looking down. I just don't happen to be around it.
Yeah. No, I've had.
It doesn't
Unfortunately,
bother me if people are drinking around me.
Really?
Not really. I mean, as long as they're not. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
exactly the point I was going to make.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
I don't mind being around it unless
No.
as soon as somebody gets drunk, I have family.
I don't
members
mind
that-
anybody doing anything as long as it's, hey, in my face and
Yeah.
type of thing.
I still remember the day I gave you a hug. I thought you were going to kill me. And I'm like, what is wrong with you, you Californian thing? All right.
Yeah, I'm not
let's-
used to the big hug from behind, which is what he left out, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was that, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I'm always just amazed at how much news is bad news. There's no good, rarely very much good news.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear a good story from somebody out there in Farmville at 434-394-0924. I might as well memorize it at some point in time. Yeah, give us a call. Tell us a good story. It's Friday. Let's help each other out. Get us to the weekend. I see an article here. It says Mariah Carey showcases her curvy physique in a form-hugging wetsuit as she spends quality time with her boyfriend, Brian Tanaka. I'm sorry I read that, and I apologize to our listening audience sometimes. I'm looking for articles. I see a name or something like that,
Yeah.
and I'll start to read it.
Why are you apologizing?
Because this is a really kind of silly article.
Most of these entertainment stories are silly.
Yeah. Well, you either go entertainment or you go the world's falling apart.
But you want to talk about Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Where I saw the headline that most I don't think it's even most. The headline I saw said all Cracker Barrel stores are closing.
Yeah.
Or restaurants or whatever.
Yeah, call us up and tell us about your Cracker Barrel.
Because at one point I had heard about certain ones being, shutting down in certain areas, but not the whole chain.
Yeah. That gets a little scary.
I don't know if that's even legitimate. Like I said, I saw the headline. I did not bother to. It was a clickbait story.
Yeah.
And,
well, maybe there's somebody out there that has that information.
But I was a little. That was a little sad because I actually like Cracker Barrel.
Do you remember when you first experienced the good old Cracker Barrel? And were you traveling? That's the big question.
More than likely.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, that's usually when you hit those types of places is when you're on the road.
Exactly. I think that's the only time.
One of the
I
last
went.
trips my dad and I took, that was our breakfast go-to in
Oh,
the
yeah?
morning before we went and did whatever we did that day. Yeah. Where do you want to go for breakfast? And I would always chime in. Well, I saw a Cracker Barrel just next to the hotel. Let's hit that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did they? I was going to ask a stupid question like,
Okay.
what was your favorite breakfast there?
Well, I don't. I probably got the bacon and eggs.
Pigs in a blanket?
No, not for breakfast. No. No, I'm not going to pass up bacon and eggs. I love bacon.
Yeah.
I don't eat it that much though, but when I have a chance, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got my son this magnet, this big round magnet for the refrigerator. He loves his magnet.
Right.
It says pig. He's got guns. He's like, I love bacon and I love guns. I was like, oh man, this is so cliche, but so true in many ways. Yeah, the only time I ever went to Cracker Barrel was traveling. I remember specifically the one from Phoenix to Tucson. And my grandparents, if we were with them, we were stopping at the Cracker Barrel, which made it a really great experience, and something to look forward to.
Right.
So I
like the little store that they would have when you
Right.
first walked in.
So, yeah, I'm looking for news events on there, but I'm not seeing anything about the
Yeah, like I
Cracker
said,
Barrel.
I don't know if it's legit. I just saw the headline.
WFLO, you are on the air.
Good morning, Larry and John. How are you doing today?
All right, how are you?
Good. I didn't get to hear your history, but I wanted to share something with you. You may already know this. I have a poster that said if you needed a reason to party and it gives something for every day. Today happens to be an easy listening station in Annandale, Virginia, blew up in 1978.
No. Wow.
So I thought you might find that interesting.
Absolutely do. Yeah. Well, where did you find that article?
It was a poster. A friend of mine found it at her parents' house when they were cleaning it out.
Nice.
Pretty interesting stuff on there. Like Liz Taylor's wedding was the 27th, 28th, and 29th were her anniversary.
Nice. Yeah, so you're calling, where are you from? What area are you calling from?
Dillon.
Dillon? Great. Are you listening to the radio up there, or are you listening to the stream?
To the radio.
Excellent.
We listen on the radio. We get it pretty good. It's weird how one vehicle it comes in real clear, and the other vehicle you can barely get
So
it.
you're in the car listening.
No, I'm in the house listening.
Oh, okay, that was going to be my next question. So you get it in your house. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and we have three different radios, and it comes in on all three of them. You got to put them in a different position.
Right.
Yes.
Do you have to cut off the lights to listen?
The one in my office, I cannot have anything plugged into
Yeah.
that power strip other than the radio.
Really?
Yeah.
And it won't come in, or it's just noisy?
It causes a lot of
Noisy.
disruption.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. How funny is that?
That is funny. I remember John talked about that a few weeks ago about
That's the way
raising arms and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's the way I had to listen to the AM when I was coming up. You had to cut off the lights, otherwise it was very noisy.
Wow.
Well, you two have a great weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I always thought that was odd, but you had to do that if you wanted to listen to AM. You had to cut off the lights, otherwise it was.
Was it mostly like fluorescent lights, or just
Well,
like,
well, if I was listening in the basement at my grandmother's house, she had those lights, kind of like what we've got up
the
here.
fluorescent?
Yeah, fluorescent. Yeah.
They will do that. I
Yep.
do remember it as a kid. It's like, it is strange. We were talking about this the other day, how much different one radio will be from the next. I mean, my Bose at home comes in crystal clear, like you're
You were
standing
telling me how
next
good
door.
it sounds on that Bose.
Yeah, any of my cars, even the wrecked one, didn't come in that clear.
Right.
So where were we at? Oh,
We're talking Cracker Barrel,
We
but
were.
we can move on if you want.
Yeah, that's
Or
okay.
you want to keep
I
talking about
I was looking,
But that was a
for
good
some
store.
news.
I was just going to say that the store was a good place, like around Christmas time, to get a gift from either my grandmother or somebody. And I always liked looking around there. That was kind of why you had to wait for your food or be served or whatever, or get a table, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I want to find that. I want to find that source she has for the information.
She said the station blew up.
Yeah, in '78, of a little Virginia station.
Well, if it was easy listening, maybe maybe a listener did that. I know how to get rid of that station.
I think we can.
Set up some dynamite.
Hey, come over here. You got any C4?
You ain't gonna play no foghead. I'll fix you.
So let's see here. What do we got? What
I
time
don't
do we
know. You got it all in front of you.
I'm doing bad. Oh no.
How are we time wise?
I
We're at
missed-
the bottom of the hour. So
I know. I missed it again. It's
That's all
birthday
right.
time.
Close enough.
So I'm going to play. Let's see here. What are we going to do? You want to do birthdays first? We should. People are calling in.
As
for
opposed
the-
to what?
Oh, well, no. I need to do the Bank of Charlotte weather first now, don't I?
do that first, and
yeah,
then we'll
yeah,
do the
yeah.
birthdays.
All right.
Make them wait.
Make them wait. Well, everybody out there.
Keep them
that-
on their edge of their seat.
that tuned in to hear your birthday. They are
Right.
coming in just a moment or two. This edition of The Weather is going to be brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Hello, I'm Stuart Wilborn, manager of the Bank of Charlotte County Loan Office in downtown Farmville. With over 30 years of banking experience, I'm here to help you finance your commercial, agricultural, or personal project. Give us a call at 391-1136 or stop by our downtown office at 216 North Main Street, where you'll find old-school personal assistance with attention to detail. The Bank of Charlotte County, giving you more for your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right. The temperature right now is 41 degrees with 94% humidity, and winds are calm. Get us through this weather fairly quickly, I hope. Today it's going to be partly sunny and then a chance of showers, 30% chance of precipitation, which is going to go overnight. Today's high is going to be 70 with a Low overnight of 61. On Saturday, it's going to be 77, but it's going to be showers likely and pretty windy. And that wind's going to carry on into Saturday night. And then it's going to clear out and be mostly clear with a low of 42 on Saturday night and a high of 63 on Sunday when it will be sunny. Very sunny. All sun, no clouds. Sunday night is mostly clear, low of 39, and Monday going into the week, a high of 72, which will give way to some precipitation later in the week. The Bank of Charlotte County, with branches, locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Brunel, and their loan offices in downtown Farmville. It's always weird for me to see Phoenix over here since Phoenix is the biggest, city in Arizona.
Right.
I'm like, it flashes me back every time I do that. Let's do some birthdays. Dear John.
Oh, yes. All right, what we'll do is we'll do the birthdays for today, and then we'll play this commercial, and then we'll come back and do the ones for the weekend. It's a
Perfect. That's how
nice
we work
long list we've compiled here. All right, happy birthday for those celebrating March 31st, Friday, of course. Here we go, and I'll see if I can butcher these, or try not to butcher them so much. Debbie England of Dillon having a birthday today. Anna Ronimus is what I'm going with.
Happy birthday.
Caitlin Inga Myers, Robert J. Schnell, Tremaine Rainey, and Jessica Clybourne, all having birthdays today. And we'll let's do the Saturday, and then we'll do the Sunday. We'll do that first. All right, so here's our birthdays for the weekend. Saturday, Tammy Barksdale, Robbie McAteer, Gavin Joe Hammonds, Stephanie Cundiff, Lindsay Reed, Brett Meyer, and we'll do the Sunday birthdays after our Terry Atkins Wilson sponsorship.
Outstanding. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
The birthday calendar is brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC.
The law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, is located at 117 North Main Street in downtown Farmville. With deep roots in Farmville and our surrounding communities, Terry and her legal staff specialize in real estate law, wills and trusts, business formations, and collections. Experience and professionalism are extended to every customer in every case. The needs and concerns of every customer are their primary focus. If you have legal needs, contact the law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, for a consultation at 434-392-1422. All right, birthdays for Sunday, April 2nd. Beck Ellington, Michael Hurley.
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael.
Did I say that?
Michael.
Okay. Dawson Lee Skins or Skeens. It's got two E's, so it's probably Skeens.
I would think so.
All right. And Greg Jenkins. If your name or names did not make our list, we wish you a happy.
Yeah, happy birthday. And if you do...
Or anniversary if you have one.
Yeah, if you do want to get your anniversary or birthday on our list, just send it to birthdays@wflo.net or general@wflo.net. Those birthdays were brought to you by Terry Atkins. Visit Terry Atkins and Wilson and Son on Main Street in Farmville today. I'm not sure why. Stop it.
I want to look at that script.
Oh, you just go on. You move along. Okay.
Where's the sun at? Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, Main Street, Farmville.
That's what I said.
And son. I don't think there's...
I didn't say and son.
It sounded like it.
Or,
Maybe my mind... Maybe I just misheard.
I think you just wanted to hear that so badly that you heard it.
That's my...
Because that's how things work.
Yeah, okay.
I apologize to anyone and everyone who tuned in, and we were a little late on our birthdays.
Oh, that's all right. Hey, we weren't too far off. I mean...
Okay. I've been meaning to get better at that.
You'll get there. It's all right.
WFLO, you're on the air.
Good morning. May I add a birthday?
Go right ahead.
Colton Boland will be 14 tomorrow.
Happy 14th
And he's
birthday.
a Pamplin. Yes.
Pamplin, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this Donna? Hello? Is this Donna?
How did you know?
Yeah, I can recognize that voice anywhere.
There you go. Well, keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That gets a little annoying.
That's why you're supposed to drop it.
I did drop it.
I'm just messing with you.
Well, it's just waiting for me to drop is all I'm saying. Starting to get to this collar thing down, though. You still get a little clip on there, but it's...
as long as we're the only ones hearing it, I guess it's not so bad.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's interesting to hear it out there. It sounds a lot better than it actually does kind of in our headphones sometimes with the collar and everything. Yeah. Guess how old Goldie Hawn is?
80. No, I don't know.
That was harsh, man. That was so harsh.
Well, she was like, what, maybe a teen, if not 20, on that Laugh-In show, and that was like, what, from the 60s?
Goodness, I forgot all about that show. I don't know why. All I remember her in is that boat thing that she did with...
Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Overboard.
But I know I've seen her in plenty of other stuff.
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. A lot of these actresses. Well, they have one of those romances that seems to have lasted over the years.
It's worked for them.
Yeah, that is, and I'm speaking of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. They have been going strong for over 40 years now, proving that Hollywood romances can last. That's awesome. On Thursday, the hot and heavy couple. Is this a weight thing or just an emotional thing? Anyway, why is it a heavy couple? I don't know. The hot and heavy couple decided to head out for dinner at Giorgio Ambaldi, a popular Italian restaurant in Santa Monica neighborhood of Los Angeles, with Russell's son, Boston. Oh, that's kind of a cool name, Boston. Santa Monica area I love quite a bit, too. When I lived down there, I was about 15 minutes from the beach, and I used to go park right in between Santa Monica Pier and Venice, and try to determine which way I wanted to walk on any given day. I just loved it there. Kind of hoping I can get back there someday. House on the beach.
Like right now?
House on... that's all. Let's see. They do look good together, man. They look great. They don't look 77. I'm talking about Kurt and Goldie.
Right.
Let's see here. You got anything?
Not really.
In your wheelhouse of expertise?
No, definitely don't have anything there.
Okay.
No, I knew I wanted to bring up the Cracker Barrel, but other than that, that was the only thing I saw early this morning when I woke up, and I saw like the headlines on the computer, and that one's really...
Those are important.
Stuck out.
Yeah. We're going into the weekend, and we want to make it fun and light for the weekend.
Good luck.
Have you ever heard about Jennifer Aniston? Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, yeah, her.
Aniston.
Yeah,
Yes.
Aniston.
And Adam Sandler.
What about them?
They have, I guess, this adorable friendship is what they're saying.
Well, they've done one movie together. Are they getting ready to do another, or have they done more than one? I know they've done at least one.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a precursor to some other thing. It says Adam and Jennifer co-star in Just Go With It, and now
that was the movie.
The Murder Mystery movies, and now 2 murder mysteries. They've been pals since long before you had any idea who they were. Oh, I see. So they've known each other before their stardom.
Aha.
Very cool. Known each other for more
I did not know that.
20 years. They were practically still kids. We were like 14, Aniston recalled Jimmy Kimmel Live, exaggerating only a bit. When they met in Los Angeles, she was dating one of Sandman's buddies, the Sandman. I really like Adam Sandler, and I think most people do, but he also can come across as somewhat juvenile, I think.
That's his stick.
Well, I think that's what works for him.
Yeah.
He comes in with that juvenileness, and then he grows up somewhere along the movie, and it's been a pretty good formula for him. So,
yeah.
Seems like a decent guy.
Seems like it.
Who would you want to meet? What famous person or musician besides Eddie Van Halen?
Well, unfortunately, that can't happen now. That I would love to meet, probably David Lee Roth or somebody like that.
Really?
Yeah.
As long as they're associated with Van Halen.
Well, I like the solo career too.
Yeah.
But Well, I'm just thinking of people that that I hold in a high esteem. Maybe somebody like Steven Tyler, maybe somebody like that. I don't know.
Have you seen him in concert?
Aerosmith, yes.
Where at?
I saw him in Roanoke.
Oh,
Are you aware of that?
I am definitely aware of Roanoke.
Roanoke, saw them in Richmond, or in that Richmond area, when they used to have concerts at what they call Strawberry Hill, which is now mostly just for horse shows and stuff now. But they used to, there for a while, they had a venue out that way, and it was a small shed, small outdoor shed type place. What they used to call the shed.
The shed.
Sheds, those outdoor venues. Saw a couple of shows out there.
I wish they still had that.
Yeah, I do too.
Man.
Because it was fairly close.
What's the closest venue here at this?
Charlottesville, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah.
What size is that one?
John Paul Jones Arena is, I don't know exactly. I've been in it.
Yeah.
It's fair size.
Indoor?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well,
yeah, because the Stones played in Charlottesville years ago.
Really?
And I went to that show. That building had not been built yet, so they had it on the college football field.
Oh, nice.
Is where they had it at the stadium out there at UVA. And so I've seen the Stones and Aerosmith. Like I said, saw them in Roanoke. I've only seen them about 3 or 4 times, though. It was mostly on the same tour.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the 9 Lives tour, as a matter of fact. So this would have been like late 90s, like 97, 98, somewhere in there.
I saw them in 90. No, it was 80s. It was like
you saw them
mid 80s.
Okay, I would love to have seen them in the 80s, but
no, it was great.
I'm sure.
Great. I was in a weird place, but still, it was like
Robert Plant. I could come up with names.
Yeah.
People. Oh yeah, I'd like to meet this person, but yeah. But as far as actors go, that list is getting shorter since a lot of the ones I was really into are no longer with us.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not much on the current state of actors. There's always exceptions, but
yeah, I can't put my finger on a single person that I can't conjure anybody.
I would have loved to have, of course, met Elvis or John Wayne. Any of these real iconic type people, but. As far as like right now, the list is kind of short. It's not too, and I've gotten to meet a few, artists going to these meet and greet type things that Dad and I used to attend.
How old were you when you did those?
Not much younger than I am now. It was what I mean is that stuff didn't start happening until maybe 10 or more years ago.
Really,
to where we were starting to go to some of those things.
You're a full grown man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because when I was younger, I don't recall meeting anyone famous all that much when I was young. Right. That didn't start happening until at least in my 20s.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, though.
Because working in radio, you get that sort of privilege of, if the station has tickets to give away, they usually have comp tickets for the staff as well. And if you go, you usually get some sort of backstage pass. So I've met people like Sarah Evans, who was a country music star, stuff like that. That's how I met Taylor Swift.
Really?
That I told you about.
Yeah.
Because we had comp tickets. I didn't really want to go. It was just one of those things where we had them, and the salesperson wanted me to use them and go and attend the show, and so we did. Jessica Simpson. I got to meet her.
Really?
Same deal. Same deal.
So that's a pretty good. This radio thing's a pretty good deal, huh?
It can be. If you have the comp tickets, yeah.
So are you saying that these places don't necessarily comp stations like ours because we're small?
More than likely,
so we just need to build this up.
Right.
Bigger, better audience.
Right.
And,
that way you can see, I don't know who you would want to see, but...
The only concert we've been to here was up at Jiffy Lube, and it was... The venue was so similar to what we were used to in California. It's really nice. It doesn't seem like it's difficult venues.
Who did you see?
Now I'm trying to remember who it was. This is bad. I know. I hate that. My brain just does not work. It was 3 bands. I know that.
Okay.
I think Foreigner and Styx was one of them.
Oh, you saw one of those type shows where
Yeah.
it's like multiple bands.
That's what a lot of the ones I've been
A
doing,
lot
which is
of them are like
great.
that,
I
yeah.
mean, holy moly, that was brilliant. Whoever started that one, because it's just funny to go there and see, half the people in walkers, and it's like we were at one concert where Cheap Trick was playing, and I like Cheap Trick, but I don't find them as awe-inspiring as a
Yeah.
lot of people do.
Right.
And I think a lot of people revolve around the guitarist, and I think his guitar playing is excellent, but he uses a bit too much, I don't know.
Effects?
Not effects on it, just they're all different shapes and sizes.
Right.
and
I've
it's
seen
just-
that guy.
so-
Yeah, he's always got a different guitar.
It's his gimmick,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I'm not a big fan of the
Gotcha.
gimmick, but anyway. But anyway, we were sitting next to this old guy. He, had his cane there. He sat the whole show until Cheap Trick got on, and he stood up and he just like gave it his all. And then after Cheap Trick was done, he was just out of there. So
Okay.
there are those kind of fans for
Burt
the Cheap
Reynolds is a name that comes to
Ooh.
mind. And I
don't know.
almost on the outside chance, almost could have maybe
Yeah.
had a chance to have met him before he passed away. He was at an event somewhere in Tennessee, and we got a flyer about it. But by the time we got the flyer, it was like either that day or the next day, and it was just like there was just no way to make plans to go out as far as Tennessee to go. And should have, because it was no time after that he had passed.
And it's amazing. He did do so much work at that time.
But I always liked Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
I was always a fan. So there's somebody right there that I would love to have met because he seemed like he was a fun guy to talk to.
Yeah. Well, that first Cannonball Run.
Oh, I love that film.
I think the
And
first
you said
and
this
the
was
second.
filmed near where you
Yeah,
lived.
a lot
at
of it
one
was
time.
filmed in Prescott, Arizona.
That is cool.
It was.
That's
yeah,
one of
it
my
was
favorite films.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. Later on, and
Right.
it's just fun. It's just so goofy.
Oh, it's very goofy.
And then what did they make 3 or 4 of them?
Technically, they made a sequel, and then they made a third one, but it was under a different name, but it was still the same premise.
Right. That whole. What was he driving? Was he driving a Camaro?
No, nothing,
Thunderbird.
No,
Was it-
nothing fancy. They were driving. They were driving
I
an
thought-
ambulance, and the point was the cops wouldn't stop them if they were
Right.
driving an ambulance
Right, I remember
because
that.
this was based on a true story. This was an actual race
Uh-huh.
that would happen every so often, once a year or however many times. And so, basically, make a long story short, the guy that actually did the race, he's in the film, and it's based, I think, on his script and or story or whatever. And Hal Needham, the guy who directed these films, directed Smoking the Bandit. Him and Burt were big buddies. He was involved in the same race at one point, and they were the ones that drove an ambulance. So the whole thing with the ambulance was based on the actual race. They didn't win in real life. Neither does Burt in the movie, but I think the thing broke down on him or whatever. But anyway, the whole point, so he's not driving anything fancy in the movie.
I just remember. I think it was Smokey and the Bandit that he was driving that
Trans Am.
Trans Am
Yeah.
Thunderbird. Yeah. Yep.
And he told a funny story about how when that movie got so popular, Smoking the Bandit, that the president of Trans Am at the time said, "You have a lifetime guarantee of a new Trans Am every year we release one."
Oh my!
And he goes. Then Burt quickly says, "What I didn't realize was he meant as long as he was the president of the Trans Am Pontiac company. Once he was blown out, they stopped giving him Trans Am."
Sorry, Bert. Here's a cigar. Thank you for playing. I appreciate it.
But anyway.
No, that's cool. That's very cool.
Well, I can talk about Burt Reynolds all day, but we ought not do that.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's entertaining. We are.
I've read both of his books. That's probably why I have so much
Really?
vast
Okay.
knowledge. Yeah,
Huh.
he did 2 biographies,
So
one
you
in the
are-
'90s and one in later years.
You're definitely a fan. Then.
Oh yeah, I like quite a bit of it. Hooper. That's a movie where he's the stunt
Oh, yeah.
man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
A young Jan Michael Vincent's in that as well.
So he's kind of one of your heroes on that.
Yeah,
side.
I'd say so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Got to start on. Well,
Do you
he
read
Gunsmoke.
many like?
I'm more of a biography type of guy.
Yeah,
if
I like
it's based on
biography.
somebody I'm
Right.
really into. Yeah, I'm not much on just regular books, like fiction books. And
Yeah, I love books. I love fiction.
I'm more of
a
a
lot.
visual kind of guy. But when it comes to reading about a band
Yeah.
or about somebody, an actor or whoever, or a movie even, I have a book about the movie Tombstone and how troubled that shoot actually was. The miracle of that film actually happening is, I mean, there's a good chance that film could have not been made.
Really?
Yeah, there was a lot of troublesome. It was a troublesome shoot. It was a lot of behind the scenes type stuff.
Well, you're going to have to tell me about that.
All right.
Once we get off the air, because
Will do.
we are done.
Which isn't too far away from now.
Yeah, we are done pretty much with the Call Flow Show, and we really appreciate you being with us today. Hope we entertained you somehow or another.
Try not to get tricked tomorrow.
Yeah. Stay away from those pranksters.
The tricksters and the pranksters 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 and the pranksters